This might be the most important video I have ever made on this channel. On July 18th, 2025, the United States finally passed its first official crypto legislation. After years of delays, lawsuits, and political warfare, crypto is no longer under attack. Let that sink in for a second. Regulation is no longer a threat, it's now a tailwind. And the CEO of Coinbase just dropped a bomb, stating that Fortune 500 companies are preparing to adopt stablecoins. But that's not all. Back in 2017, Ross Lockow from the IMF stood on stage next to Brad Goldinghouse and said, if a country uses a digital currency as its native currency, it could be added to the IMF's basket of currencies. Fast forward to today. That moment, it's finally becoming reality. And if you're holding XRP right now, you're holding the future. Because the XRP to Bitcoin chart just revealed two key breakout levels. And if they're breached, we could see a supply shock that no one is ready for. So in this video, I'm going to break it all down. What's this new legislation? What does it actually mean? Why institutional adoption is about to explode, and the exact XRP to Bitcoin levels that could trigger the next parabolic rally. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand why this isn't a bullish moment. This is the beginning of an American crypto renaissance. Welcome to the Bullwinkle Blueprint, folks. If you are new around here, hit that subscribe button. And if you're coming back and watching the second video of the day, make sure you hit that thumbs up. It tells YouTube Rip is the man, and it pushes out the content, and that's how we go viral. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Bitcoin, $118,060. It's currently up 0.64% in the past 24 hours. Ethereum, 3,584. It's up 1.45%. And XRP still holding above the all-time high, coming in at $3.43. It's currently up 0.14%. Total cryptocurrency market cap, $3.86 trillion. That's fair and greed is sitting right around 69. Folks, look, for a Saturday, I'm not complaining about it. I like what I see. I like the fact XRP is holding. We have that weekly close coming tomorrow. Pay attention. Who remembers good old Charles Gasparino? Always making fun of people. XRP's worth 52 cents, dummies. This must mean XRP is stuck at $2. So why isn't XRP trading above $3? Now he's saying, why can't it reach $3.50? This guy's a loony. I don't know how he still has the show, but he has really fallen off since Ellie Terrett left. And she went over to go do her own thing. And this guy, you know, his career is just kind of going down into the dumps. It is what it is, right? Here's Brian Armstrong. Listen up real quick.
We're going to see the Fortune 500 really start to adopt stablecoins. We've started to see this a little bit already, even with the news that this was, going to pass in the near future. Coinbase just launched an integration with Shopify, for instance, and we've seen announcements from Walmart and Amazon, and almost every Fortune 500 company is now coming in and starting to look at stablecoin payments. And so this is a big opportunity for us. It's a TAM expansion for our business, and we think that we can provide these wallets and payment APIs for really, the whole financial system and every company eventually.
Yeah, and is it safe to call this a new and emerging revenue stream for Coinbase? And if so, how quickly does that grow over time?
Yeah, so that's absolutely right. Our first revenue stream was around trading, and then we also have subscription and services, which has become a bigger and bigger part of our revenue over time. I think payments is the next big category, and this is a daily use case for crypto for millions of Americans and eventually people around the world, especially those doing cross-border transactions and in countries where they don't have stable currency. They might have 50, 100% inflation a year, and so they have high demand for the dollar. They can now, if they have a smartphone, they can get access to a dollar-denominated account. And so I think trading and payments.
All right, everyone, look, this isn't a random tweet. This is the CEO of Coinbase, and this is your wake-up call. When the top 500 corporations in America, the giants that shape the global markets, start moving towards stablecoin adoption, this isn't just another crypto headline. This is the beginning of a financial revolution. Think about it. These companies aren't just adopting digital cash to be trendy. They're preparing for a future where blockchain rails dominate the global payment system. And here's the kicker. They're not just adopting any stablecoin. They're looking at fully regulated, transparent, and interoperable solutions. Ones that comply with the US laws, ones that will plug directly into enterprise softwares, payrolls, logistic, and yes, cross-border settlements. This is where crypto leaves the fringe and becomes the foundation. Just imagine Walmart paying suppliers in stablecoins, Apple using tokenized payroll, and Amazon offering stablecoin cash back. This isn't sci-fi anymore. The infrastructure is being built right now, and the Fortune 500 shift is the signal we have been waiting for. Now, we get this. I'm not going to play this for the sake of the time, but you see this. July 18th, the first ever crypto legislation was passed. This is exactly what we wanted to see. That is going to bring us over to this. Remember, back in 2017, what happened? Well, let me take you back. Still a little walk down memory lane here.
You want to take one? Go for it. The first one's for you. IMF. Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? I did not put that up there.
Remember, I'm from the legal department. I'm supposed to be very conservative about these things. I don't want to go into great details about
Maybe I should take what the IMF is going to do. I think we stunned Ross into silence with that one.
For that to happen, okay, under the current legal framework, some country would have to use a crypto asset as its currency.
I mean, I'll never forget that video. I was around. That's when I pretty much started my crypto journey, right? That's Loss. He was the deputy counsel of the IMF, and he stood on stage. Well, I guess we'll say he sat on stage right next to Brad. And he said, if a country adopts a digital currency as a national currency, it could be included in the IMF's basket of reserves. This was 7 years ago. Most people laughed. Most of the world wasn't ready for that idea. But let's fast forward to July 18th, 2025. Because now it's official. The first ever US crypto legislation has been passed. Crypto is no longer under attack. The rules are set. The rails are being laid. This is the moment that Brad Garlinghouse and the Ripple team have been building towards. But here's the kicker. XRP is already being tested globally as a liquidity bridge, not just as a crypto, but as the rails for future sovereign digital currencies. You think that's a coincidence? Do you think the IMF forgot what Ross said? No, this was a soft launch. And now we're going mainnet on a global financial revolution. Here's what they don't want you to realize. The SDR basket, which includes the dollar, the euro, the yen, the pound, and the yuan, it's ripe for disruption. And if a country like Palau, Colombia, or El Salvador launches a digital currency on top of the XRP ledger and it becomes their native legal tender, then it becomes IMF basket eligible, folks. We're talking about the potential tokenization of reserve currencies. And what rails are ready? Not Ethereum, not Bitcoin, not Solana. Only the XRP ledger, which is fast, green, stable, and fully compliant with the vision of a digital Bretton Woods. Yeah, heard that correctly, folks. Let that sink in for a second. And let's jump on over to the XRP to Bitcoin chart. This is the most important chart in all of crypto. These are your breakout levels that we are looking at. We have two of them. And they're pretty close in price, and it's not going to take us that much to break through. Your first red box, which you can see right here, is sitting 2990 to 3119. That's Satoshis. Remember, this value will change as the Bitcoin price changes. At the current Bitcoin price, we are looking at about $3.53 all the way to $3.68. When that level gets broken, we will see XRP have no problem moving up to our upper red resistant range. This sits at 372 to 388. When 388 is broken, that is when you strap in, because that is when our real price discovery is set to hit. That is when we see a moonshot. and we see this thing just zip to 4 to 650 before we see a little bit of a cool down, and then your next targets from there are going to be a double-digit XRP. This is what I would be paying attention to. XRP's market cap. Where do we go when this is all said and done? We're currently sitting at a 203. Do we get to a $1 trillion market cap? Well, I'll tell you this. It all depends. How much money is coming into crypto? Are we going to see 7 to 10 trillion? Are we going to see a $250,000 Bitcoin? If your answer is yes to both of those questions, we get to a $1 trillion XRP market cap. If we only see 4 to 7, maybe we come up a little short and we get around 5 to 750, which would give us that like 10 to 15 to 10 to 16, right around there in that range. A double-digit XRP looks more and more likely each and every single day, especially with the ETFs that are about to hit the space and the amount of money that are going to pour into these ETFs. And we notice demand on these ETFs. You want to know why? Because the future ETFs have a crazy ton of demand, and that is all going to rotate over to the spot ETFs. I'm going to leave it right there. I hope you enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'll catch everyone on the next one.